next, it's Chowder on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Ed, and Eddie on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Johnny Test on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new Adventure Time on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new 16 on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Chowder on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Ed, and Eddie on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Johnny Test on Cartoon Network. It's an all-new Adventure on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new 16 on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Chowder on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Ed, and Eddie on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Johnny Test on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new Adventure Time on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new 16 on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Chowder on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Ed, and Eddie on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Johnny Test on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new Adventure Time on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's an all-new 16 on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's Chowder.
This match was all yours.